It's TMNT time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Antrax and Scumbag. Talk about more niche type characters. I know a lot of people who looked at this set and was like, who? What? Where? When? Yeah, I don't remember actually them showing up in the show, but god damn it, am I in love with the old school toys I have of these guys. They're gruesome, they're ugly looking, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. So let's go. Now I know I don't remember these guys from the show, because they only showed up once in like an episode where they had like a bunch of other villains. Anyway, Antrax stands at about 18 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we are going up to slightly over 7 inches, 7.1, and for Scumbag we actually lose a lot of size here because he's a lot smaller. But overall, if you go into the top of the head, that would be 13 centimeters, top of the antenna around 16, and for your inches we're going up to 5.3 to the top of the head and 6.4 to the top of the antennas. Size comparisons. Here's Jolter, Metal Stone Cold Steve Austin, SH Figure Art Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Neca Michelangelo, the original Playmates Toy Scumbag, and Antrax, Super 7 Leonardo, and Darkseid. So anyway, we got the Bug crew. Let's look at them one by one. I love Antrax. I mean, I really wonder how the hell these type of characters only showed up once in the TV show and got like maybe an appearance here and there in the comic books. How do you look at this design and not think this is freaking money? Oh god. I love the angry expression that Neca gave him, the red eyes, teeth are nicely painted, clenched teeth, really angry looking. And then you have the red kind of antennas going down on the side and on the top of his head because again, he's an ant. And you have the hood of like the Executioner. He looks like an Executioner and he's labeled as Krang's Executioner of Dimension X, which I don't get why he has the one chain on the side over here, but I mean it still looks cool as far as design goes. 4 arms. You got the duotone in the yellow. Also you got the duotone in the hood. I kind of forgot about that. I keep forgetting about it because like I've reviewed so many TMNT cartoon figures. I'm used to it. They all have the duotone except for the body because it's black. So can't have the duotone in there, but other than that you have the red kind of veins going on and some dots with a little bit of yellow. The paint overall is mostly clean except for some slips here and there. Also I do have some spots on the nose unfortunately. But other than that, there's nothing major to complain, while there's some more scratchy going on, I guess, in the chest with the yellow and the brown. And this also keeps happening. It's like the second, third time since I've taken it out of the box that this disconnects. Bit wobbly in the leg department. It does stay, he does keep a pose, but still, that's a little bit concerning. Also in the back, you have something to hold the sword, which isn't connected, and I guess they made that on purpose so it doesn't rip apart when you try to move him around. Also has the bug tail or whatever you want to call this, big ass. And in the front you got a skull, it looks like an ant skull because like, it only has like the 2 lines going down. And obviously still going with the Executioner kind of gladiator vibe he got from him with the knee pads and the boots. Well, one boot and the other one's kind of torn up with. That didn't cover up the black nicely there, Neca. Moving over to Scumbag, which is gross, and again, I love it. Again, it's like, oh my god, it's such an insane looking creature. It's like Toxic Crusaders all over here. The eyes, big yellow staring into your soul. Is it giving you nightmares yet? It will. You got the opening mouth feature, which is nicely hidden by the way. You got the hinge on the side. It doesn't look like it, so that's pretty cool. 2 fangs on the side of his mouth, and then he has regular teeth for some reason with 1 missing. Got the tongue in there and the nose with the black line work on the face sculpt is good for the most part, except for like there where it comes together. But you know, when I say most part, and there's things here and there what you might see in the video, and you're saying, well, that's not so clean. That's why I say most, not all. Anyway, you got the brain sticking out with the antennas on the head, and his, I I don't remember what this is for. This is like some poisoning mechanism. And my battery's running out, so I gotta go fast. Got the blue shirt and some purple. He's halfly mutated because like you got the purple in the chest area and the purple on one hand and some spikes growing out of the other hand, which is not purple. Also, he's fat. Like he has like a real dad body with the dad shirt, the light baby blue dad shirt. On the back, other than this weird device, you have his cockroach shell because it's a cockroach. You guessed it. That's why it's called Scumbag. Down to this is gonna keep with the theme, dad pants. He's just like an office worker, I guess. Got some holes in there with some more spiky stuff and some more purple stuff. And these boots, yikes! Who wears boots like this? It looks gross, and it's not even mutated. I think this boot is grosser than his fang, than the weird foot on the other side. But anyway, you got a little bit of mutation in there. Just cut up the boot a little bit, and on the other side you got the pants with like, I don't know what this double layer is supposed to do. You would think it's articulated, but it isn't, so that's just kind of weird overall, but yeah, this thing is amazing. Also, by the way, is this like connected to his nipples? I guess it's a little high for that, but you know, they were definitely high when they made this design. Alrighty then, having a look at the articulation, starting off with Scumbag, the head is actually fairly limited. It doesn't really move back, but you do get forward quite nicely. I mean, the side-to-side tilting is very good, and obviously it rotates all the way around, but a little bit in an angle, and don't get caught up with all the cables going around. You have the simple hinge, you can also rotate this one. No back and forth movement. They did also add a bicep swivel, and the double hinged elbow goes up all the way. And for the hand, you just have a simple hinge in there, so it goes up and down, and also can be used as a swivel. You have a little bit of movement in the chest area, which is mostly a swivel. I feel like it has a little bit of waggle room, but not really that much going on over there. You do have also the swivel down at the pants, actually. I thought, no, it doesn't. That's for Scumbag later. I mean, that's for Antrax, so I mixed that up. Legs move forward, out to the side, and somewhat to the back, not greatly. Can rotate it at the ball joint, and you do also have the double hinged knees. Let me see if I can get that. Like this. And das boot is also not articulated, and as I was saying, this part also is not articulated, which is like, why didn't you put a swivel in there? It would have been so easy. You do have the foot on another hinge, goes back and forward, not that much, but you do get a beautiful pivot for all these Neca figures. Never have a problem with that. Now for Antrax, starting off with the head, which is pretty nimble, and he's somewhat loose in like a lot of the articulation points, like the head for example, and also like the chest area goes forward, goes to the back, and this is like a more shifting type. It's probably two balls and a long peg in between, so you can bring it forward, you can bring it to the back. Does also tilt side to side, and actually back to the arms, goes up and down on the hinge, can rotate on here. Do have of course a bicep swivel on all of them. I say that, but this one seems to be blocked. Is this one moving? Does he not have a bicep swivel? What's going on? It looks like it should be one, but unless it's frozen. Ah, this one works. So there you go. You do have a bicep swivel. All of the other ones are frozen. I had 4 tries and I got the third one. Double hinged elbow, just standard stuff, and the hand is on another hinge. Also swivels. By the way, these things in the front, his mustache, is I think on tiny ball joints, so you can actually wiggle this back and forth a little bit. Now for the antennas, those are just like glued in, which is weird, but okay. Then here's the swivel down at the hips. Leg moves forward, leg moves out to the side, leg moves to the back somewhat, can also rotate it. Double hinge knee, same thing. And then the boot, does this boot rotate? I thought this boot rotated. What is going on? No rotating boots. Okay, never mind. And then for the foot, it goes side to side. Beautiful pivot. Forward to the back. And then you also have his tail finally, which is just on a ball, so you can bring that around a little bit more. Full disclaimer, I have not recently seen the episode where these guys are in, so I do not really remember the historical connection of the accessories, so I'm just gonna go over it one by one. You have an axe. Well, connection to that is he's an executioner, so of course he has an axe. With the skull on it, it looks good. The line work is... it works for the most part, but sometimes it might go out of line, but still, generally speaking, like, this is pretty weird, but generally speaking, still looks good. You got this big club with the spikes on there, and he has this knife with the big handle and the spikes, and then a small knife with a small handle, and a skull that doesn't look like any other skull on his outfit, which is weird, so I guess it's like a human skull, but then again, that's a big knife then. Anyway, we got cockroaches, which is gross. I don't know, they look like cockroaches, which, that's all I can say about it. There's also a third one. So you get 3 cockroaches, you got this weird device, which, again, don't remember what it's from, don't remember, I mean, it's obviously from the TV show, but yeah, it looks good, it's nice and colorful, and then you have this, it looks like a taser, it looks like a bug taser, and I thought of that because that would be funny. Because sometimes you use tasing to kill bugs, so then the bugs would strike back and tase the humans! Bzzz! And also, by the way, I never had a good look at his gun, which is attached to the figure. Well, I say it's attached to the figure, but you do have the gun, and you're able to take this thing off, right? Yeah, there you go. I actually wasn't sure, I didn't try it beforehand, I was gonna do it live, and if I break stuff live, then it's my fault. Haha. Final thoughts, and I just can't complain. Honestly, Neca keeps getting better in my eyes, and I love them pumping out goodness like this one. Like, creating figures of characters you might not have expected, and even like they're doing like the Universal Monster line is coming up and whatnot. Even kind of going out there and creating new stuff, or basically saying, well, okay, the Universal Monster line is kind of based on the old school toy, but really modernized. And yeah, back to these figures at hand. I have not really anything bad to say about it. Yes, sure, there are some joints that are maybe a little bit loose. Yes, there is some line work that could be cleaner, but all of that just kind of falls away in what I'm looking at. And it's an amazing 2-pack. It comes at a fair price, I feel like, also. And I feel like the only thing I could complain about is the lack of hands, which is kind of weird. Like, they don't have a single hand replacement. It's just like the hands that come on the figures and the accessories. But I like the accessories as well. So, again, I highly recommend this 2-pack. Even if you don't care about the characters, I feel like they still look great and give you so much nostalgia if you had the toy, if you remember them from the one appearance on a TV show. I think it's great, I love it, and it's so well executed, and I could just sit here and gush another half hour about it, but I won't do that, so it is highly, highly recommended. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like, and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Antrax and Scumbug want.